The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Ask the Experts show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you. For this is going to be an incredible show today because we're actually going to be giving you a show topic that you have been asking for. Yes, home care. And I got to tell you, we have found probably the best home care company there is. I'm hearing music. Okay, Freddie, do your magic. Anyway, we're here today. Ask the Expert Show. We're on every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 at drive time. And tonight's show, our first show, is on home care. And we, like I said, we have the finest home care company. It's United Nursing Services, and we have one of the co-owners, Lisa Hirsch, with us tonight. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, we lost you there.
I think I'm still here.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay, good.
So
it would have been a quick show.
Yeah, I just introduced you, and I want to know, tell me about your background, first of all.
Well, I'm a registered nurse, originally from New York, transplanted to Florida like most people have.
No accent.
Excuse me?
No accent.
I have a history of cancer with my family, and that's one of the reasons I became a nurse and one of the reasons I got into home health care, because of the poor quality of care that she received when she was going through her illness. Unfortunately, she passed away when she was 27 years old, way too early. Not that it's ever a good time, but from that point, my father also had cancer. He had Hodgkin's lymphoma. He's had 5 different cancers since, and I actually am a cancer survivor. I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I am in remission for 4 years at this time. So
good for you. Good
story.
For you. And tell me about United Nursing Services.
Well, United Nursing Services is a locally owned company. We've been in business since actually 1986 here in Palm Beach County. We were part of a national franchise of 150 offices. And in 1989, they wanted to go into travel nursing and more hospital staffing. We did a volume of home health care, and that's really where our passion was. So being part of a national company, they were doing things that other areas really felt the need for, but they didn't focus on a local community. So we turned that around and we walked away from a very good name, developed our own, in which people said, well, Lisa, what's the company's name again? After how many years? So, and then we developed a Medicare component actually to elaborate on our licensure and really just get that meat into the home care market and just be a one-stop shop.
Well, you hear all different areas now of home care, even companionship.
Yes, we do. Actually, we do everything. We provide companionship, but I usually try to gear people towards getting a home health aide or a certified nursing assistant, only because companionship, if you need that, it's a matter of a very short period of time before you need that little bit extra care for hands-on care or touching. A companion is literally only a companion. They cannot touch you. No hands-on care at all. So if you need help getting out of a car, anything, they can't assist you. And what do people hate more than anything? Change.
Right.
So they don't want to lose that person who they've developed a relationship and a bond with. And the cost is very minimal to upgrade the service. So even though, yes, we do companionship, I always, as I said, push towards at least a home health aide. But our services are not limited to that. We also have licensed practical nurses, registered nurses, physical therapists, social workers, massage therapists, which that everybody loves, speech therapists, pretty much anything under the sun. If you need it, we do it. We even have anestheticians that work for us.
So how has COVID changed the home care business?
COVID's changed it in so many ways. It's hard to even start, makes my head spin. From a staffing point, it made it very difficult for us because of the turnaround in COVID testing. We try to get everybody tested within every 14 days. And the turnaround for COVID has sometimes been 7 to 10 days. It literally cut our staff in half. A lot of people that work for us, they have grandchildren or they have children. So when people are furloughed or unemployed, they have to take responsibility and watch their child or bring somebody in. And the last thing that people wanted to do, coming from a home health agency, is bring somebody into their house that they don't know. So it limited our employees. So that was one big thing. And we really handpicked the people we hire because you could see me and I might look okay, maybe not. But the people we hire and we send out, they represent us. They're our face. So it's a very big deal that we hire quality people. We also don't hire new graduates. So we're really looking at people that have at least 1 year within 3 years in a skilled home care background or in a facility background and can come in and take care of somebody. So other than that, now we go into the clients, which I'm sure people listening to me are aware that we were eliminated and not welcome to go sit with a loved one, as we do a lot of one-on-one private duty care in facilities. So hospitals, they didn't want us there. They wouldn't let a family in, but they didn't want a private nurse. They were afraid of infection. They didn't want us in nursing homes, assisted living facilities. We were allowed in some of them with the proper protective wear, but the PPE was also a very, very big hardship for home health care companies. It really was directed to the hospitals, which truthfully, they needed it more. Yes. So there was a lot to overcome.
So home health care services have different licenses, I understand. And
yes,
like, how's it different for like the state of Florida? Do you have to have a federal license?
Well, it depends on the kind of company that you are. So there are agencies, there are registries, and then there are Medicare companies. Now, you can mix an agency with a Medicare company, but a registry is a standalone registry. An agency has a different regulation and is more of an employer. When you become Medicare, you are then federally regulated. Otherwise, all of the registries and just plain agencies are state regulated, although they're two different entities.
What do you mean when you say registry? What is that?
Well, a registry is an employment agency for independent contractors.
Okay.
They do screen people. They run background checks. They make sure they're credentialed and they have CPR and they are legal citizens. So they credential them. They make sure that that person is up to par. But it's also, other than credentialing, like hiring a private caregiver, because unlike an agency, they do not provide any workers' comp insurance. You can't get it as an individual. Some of them require malpractice, but it's very minimal. They don't pay any kind of FICA, Social Security. The liability is the client's as well as the supervision, because again, the client becomes the employer versus an agency who has employees that are on staff. The agency is responsible for the person. So God forbid there's a theft, which we haven't had, any damage to property, somebody gets injured, a workers' comp suit. I've had them. A knee injury, it's $2 million. Your homeowner's insurance does not cover that.
Wow.
Overtime.
Wow.
Overtime, that's a whole other category. The state of Florida years ago enacted an overtime rule because for caregivers, a lot of people were not paid overtime. That means the client wasn't billed it. Now, what people don't realize is that, well, an agency like United Nursing Services acts as an employer, doing the FICA Fed. If we don't pay overtime and we do anything, guess what? We're the employer and we're responsible. Registries on the bulk, they do not pay time and a half. And you know who's responsible? The client. These people can come back 7 years and you can be sued. So there's a very, very big difference. Penny wise, dollar foolish, depends how you look at it. It's the client's choice. I'm just here to inform people of the differences and not really enforce my opinion, but just to give facts.
Gotcha. Hey, Lisa, we're going to go to break. Give everybody your phone number.
It's 561-478-8788 or 1-800-334-5140. And we answer the phone 24 hours a day, live.
Did you cover all of Broward and Palm Beach?
No, we cover Palm Beach County.
Okay.
All of Palm Beach County.
We're here with Lisa Hirsch of United Nursing Services. We're going to go to our break and we come back. God, there is so much to learn about home care, and you're going to get it today. You asked for a home care show and you've got it. We'll be right back with Lisa Hirsch.
Nursing Services has provided exceptional client-oriented home health care services in the Palm Beach area since 1986. They are locally owned and operated. United Nursing Services is a dual licensed home health care and Medicare certified nursing agency. Their experienced staff provide a wide range of the highest quality services, including private nursing care, therapy, respite care, and companionship. United Nursing Services clients can expect expert home care services delivered with a professional, caring, and personalized touch. They provide a comprehensive range of healthcare services in your home, hospital, nursing homes, and assisted living facilities. When you want to make sure your loved ones are getting the finest in-home care, United Nursing Services is at the top when it comes to home care. Contact them today at 561-478-8788. That's 561-478-8788. United Nursing Services.
I need home care. I didn't tell Lisa this, but I had 2 full knee replacements, and they stuck me in a assisted living place to have my rehab done. And guess what I got there? COVID.
Did you?
Yes. And I mean, why they put me anyway, that's a whole nother story. But we're talking today. We got so many letters from listeners saying, how come you don't do a home care show? And you know what? It's not just like just grabbing somebody. we want to make sure we get the best of the best, and we do. We're with Lisa Hirsch with United Nursing Services. She's going to be with us every month. And you know what? There's got to be risk factors when it comes to when you're hiring a private caregiver. Give us some information on that.
Well, you have to always ask for hiring criteria of a company. You should look for their license number, which should be readily available. We were talking about registries and agencies earlier. A key thing is NR is nursing registry before the license number. Home health agency is HHA and then followed by the license number. You want to find out their hours of service, because if you do not have licensed personnel, and licensed personnel would be anything other than companions and home health aides, you can put your phones on an answering service at 5 o'clock. And you don't have to pick them up again till 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, you may have an answering service that will call, but it's not always a foolproof method. If you have skilled, then you have to have at least an answering service, if not more, and respond to the phone no matter what time of day that it is. United Nursing Services, we are totally a service qualified business. It's what it's all about, service. So we have myself and 2 other RNs on call 24/7, but we do not answer the phones ourselves. We actually have a person that works in our office that when we go home at 5 o'clock, that person's on a phone from 5 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning.
Live voice.
Please don't do it for kicks, but if you want to try it, call her at 3 o'clock. You're going to get a live person. You will not get an answering machine. And there are not many companies who are willing to do that. We also guarantee coverage, which other companies don't. If you call us, we're going to have somebody at your door if you want within 2 hours. It's not the ideal situation, and we love notice because we try to handpick, very honestly. When you have somebody coming into your home, most people don't want people in their home, even without COVID, because you think you're getting your independence taken away. But that's not the way it is. We try to be the hands that assist you to maintain independence. And that's what a lot of people don't really understand. So we take the time, we talk to you, we answer the questions. We used to do face-to-face interviews, but with COVID, we try to limit the people that go out for maybe, one case. So we actually talk to you on the phone, and we will offer you a FaceTime interview, a Zoom interview, so you could actually talk to the caregiver, make sure they blend. We ask your likes, your dislikes, what kind of person fits your lifestyle. Because when you're spending any amount of time with somebody, you have to really like that person, or it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Lisa, we just got a text from a listener. They want to know, do you offer a 24-hour service taking care of somebody?
yes, our services actually, we're very unique. A lot of companies require a 6-hour minimum. So I'm going to answer that question and probably answer a lot more questions in that same sentence. So we actually provide visits. Our visits are anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. They're at a higher rate because people go case to case. However, we start an hourly rate at 4 hours, and then we go to 24 hours. Now, if we're providing that kind of coverage, then we break it into shifts. So it could be 8 hours, 12 hours, depending on the case. However, we also provide live-ins. And a live-in stays on premise 7 days a week, unless you want 2 different people, because you might be bored. But otherwise, we stay there with you. We can travel with you. We can do anything you want, but that really limits the people you're having in your house. And if you sleep 8 hours at night, it's much more cost effective. It cuts the bill in half. So I'm an advocate. If you could have one, great.
Can you, I guess your hiring criteria has got to be really important I mean, people want to know about the people that you hire.
Yes. As I said, the people that we bring in, they have to have at least 1 year of experience within the last 3 years. We don't hire the new graduates. When they contact us, we give them criteria that they need to be hired. It's also on our website. Anybody could go on our website and see that. But from that point, if they meet that qualification, we make an appointment. They come into our office, we test them with a skills inventory, we talk to them at the window, make sure that everything is copacetic, that they appear well, that they could speak appropriately, that there's no miscommunications. We test them on paper, and then when they pass all that, we check references. And references, not just from your friends. We check your work history, and we want to know your supervisors. So our references are good. Then we bring you into our office. From that point, our nursing supervisor meets with you, and she actually does competency testing. A lot of people use electronic blood pressure machines nowadays. It's popular. But a lot of people really don't know how to take a blood pressure. So if you're using an electronic machine, we make sure it's gauged, and we test it to a manual. You have to bring it in every 2 months because they don't stay that way. We make sure you could take a pulse, a temperature. We've turned people away that have been working for 3 years in the field that are not capable of doing that. We put people in wheelchairs. Our employees have transferred me from a wheelchair to a chair, and it's a bonding experience, but you know what? If they can do it and they're good at it, they come on board. So we really, really screen everybody. We make sure their vehicles are appropriate. We transport you in our vehicle or your vehicle, but we also cover insurance, which I left out. We have an umbrella policy for all of our employees so they could drive you in their own vehicle. We make sure it's a safe vehicle. We make sure that the air conditioning is working. We really do a head to toe because very honestly, I've been in this business now for over 30 years. I choose not to say that I look it, but it's really because we prevent problems. We don't handle them, and it's word of mouth. So that's our business philosophy.
Well, then I got a great final question for you. Why should I hire your company over some other company when it comes to home care?
Well, we are a one-stop shop. Oh, I'm going to tell you the truth. We're a one-stop shop because we are private and we are Medicare licensed. So guess what? We work towards one common goal, as where if you're hiring two entities, they both do their own thing because they don't take time to coordinate. We do a free nursing assessment when you hire us. We don't nickel dime. We talk to your doctors, talk to your families. It's included. Other companies charge for it. We supervise the care every 45 to 60 days, or if there's a change in condition, that's free too. We set up the entire case around an emergency plan, a history, a physical, a care plan, and we're determined to succeed in what we do. We take time to hold hands, which again, it's service. And that's not big in the industry anymore because most people that own these companies are not nurses. And there's a big difference.
Lisa, give everybody your phone number.
561-478-8788.
And you also have a website too. What is your website address?
www.unitednursingservices.com, or quicker, www.uns-1.com. And it's a great site. It's very important.
This is your first show. You did a great job. I was shocked all the things that I never knew. And I'm sure the listeners feel the same way. I cannot wait to do the next show next month. You did wonderful. And you got a great smile.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. I hope I was helpful.
Thanks, Lisa. We'll be back again next month with Lisa. We're going to go to break. And when we come back, we've got our Broward Urology Center. We'll be right back.